Back when I was younger, there were 5 shows that resonated with me, and I still have nostalgic feelings for them, even though not all of them were that great. However, even if they weren't that great, I'm still happy that I saw them. And the show that we're going to be looking at today is definitely one of them. The anime we're going to be looking at today is Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt. The Anarchy sisters, Panty and Stocking, have been kicked out of heaven for, to put it mildly, misbehaving. Led by the priest named Garterbelt, these angels must buy their way back by exterminating ghosts in Dutton City. However, to dispatch these ghosts, they turn their lingerie into weapons. Some angel weapons, huh? Unfortunately, neither of them take their duties seriously, as they rather spend their time in pursuit of their hobbies. Panty is a complete 100% whore that will sleep with anything that moves, and Stocking favors stuffing her face with sweets rather than hunting ghosts. The show is more episodic. Each episode deals with a new demon, but the unique thing about this is that, just like in an American cartoons, at the end of the commercial break in the middle, there's another episode right after that. And in every episode, there is raunchy jokes after raunchy jokes everywhere. This show is absolutely raunchy, and if you're the one that is easily offended, avoid this show at all costs. Every episode tends to follow a theme with American movies and cartoons. In my opinion, the comedy works so-and-so. Sometimes the joke works, and sometimes it just doesn't. I guess it just depends on the type of humor you're into, but for me personally, the jokes were very hit or miss. Like, you'll have this one episode where it's referencing Transformers, and personally I found that to be absolutely hilarious, but then you'll have another episode where they're just, like, picking each other's nose, and it's just weird, man. And it just wasn't for me. This show has 4 main characters, so why not talk about them? As I said before, Panty is your stereotypical whore, and she isn't afraid to say that because she has a lot of scenes where, yeah, she is a whore. But in my opinion, I felt like she had the funnier jokes. Maybe they just resonated with me more than others, but I just find the whore jokes to be funny, I guess. Maybe I'm a horrible person. Stocking is your stereotypical goth lolly girl, and she has some cool moments. I like the episode where she turns fat every time she eats food, and I don't know, I just thought that was funny. Maybe it's fat shaming, but whatever. I thought it was funny. But, as I said, Stocking's funnier. But that's just me. Garterbelt is the priest, and he takes no shit from anybody. And he is the weirdest character out of all of them. I won't say why, but if you watch it, you'll understand what I'm talking about, since he has a very, very weird kink. And yeah, I'll just leave it at that. But overall, Garterbelt's not a bad character. He does have some funny lines, but either way, he's your stereotypical priest. And we have Briefs, aka Geek Boy. And just like every one of these characters, he's your stereotypical Geek Boy character. He doesn't really do anything interesting until the end, but other than that, he is just your stereotypical geek character. You see the trend I have with all these characters? Overall, I think all the main characters are very stereotypical, and none of the side cast ever really felt that interesting either. Although, I gotta give it a pass because this is a show that you're not supposed to take seriously. But I know that there's way more comedy shows out there with well-developed characters. The show's animation and style overall looks like something from Powerpuff Girls, although this is animated by Gainax. And overall, the look and the feel of this show is very unique, however, it's very hit or miss for some people. The music in the show is very meh, in my opinion. Yeah, the show does fit, but there really wasn't any standout titles in this show that made me want to get the soundtrack. Although I really did dig the ending credits scene. Overall, Panty and Stocking is one of those shows that I watched when I was a bit younger, but nowadays, now that I've seen more anime, it's not something I would say I like anymore. Although I did have a good time back then when I first watched it, and even nowadays, I still enjoyed myself watching it. There were some scenes that were funny, and I really love that ending. I don't care what anybody says. I'm going to give the show a 6 out of 10. If you want to check out this show, you can check it out on Funimation. They also have a Blu-ray and DVD release if you're a fan of physical media. If you like this, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and if you really liked it, make sure you hit subscribe if you want to see more reviews like this, and make sure you hit that bell button so you know when my next review is up. Also leave a comment to tell me what you thought of Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt, or you can just comment about whatever you want. As always, thank you Shaktra59, Nia-chan, Stuff We Play, and Warpbait. Thank you very much for supporting me on Patreon, it means a lot. And if you want to support me on Patreon, the link will be down in the description below.